My name is Marcy, and I'm the director of Brain Balance Cornelius. And this is Erin, mother of Justin, one of our 7-year-old boys. And she's been kind enough to come join us today and talk about her experience. So thank you.
Absolutely.
Why don't you start by telling us what you were noticing in Justin that caused you to contact Brain Balance in the first place?
Justin had a lot of difficulty with attention and hyperactivity and not recognizing when situations it was appropriate to be hyper and situations when he needed to calm down and chill out. When we finally made the ultimate decision to come, we had been through several steps with the pediatrician and was not successful with any of them, and I was not happy. I felt like I was getting a Band-Aid instead of finding the root of the problem. And I had family members and friends who had been to the center that strongly suggested that we come and just try it out and get an assessment and then go from there.
Wonderful. And I knew you were talking about the socialization piece as well.
Yes, so. Absolutely. Absolutely. We did not, Justin thought he had friends, and I was okay with him thinking that, but truly we had maybe 1 or 2 real true friends, and we're getting to the age where it's not socially acceptable anymore to be as rambunctious as he was.
Well, throughout your experience with Brain Balance, how has family life changed?
Drastically. I feel like Justin is now a contributor to the family. When we make family decisions or family outings or things like that, he is enjoying being part of us, where he never knew that that was a stamina or a hole that was lacking from before. He understands now that we're a group and we're working together and he wants to help.
That's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And what are the teachers saying about him?
Since we started over the summer, and the current teachers did not have him previous to the program, I did go talk to them before the school year started just to kind of give them a heads up about what was going on and changes that they might see, and diet that could be affected if they pass off treats and things like that. And when I came back to them maybe 2 or 3 weeks after the school year had started, they made a comment that if I had never said anything to them prior to school starting, they would have never known. And that was probably, we had been in the program maybe 3 weeks when school started, so at that point he had been in by 6 weeks, and they never knew any different.
Now, you as a school teacher yourself, see a lot of kids with similar struggles.
Yes.
And you spend a lot of your time at home working through the homework piece with Justin. How has that changed?
Previously, kindergarten homework, I was having to stand beside him, problem by problem, word by word, helping him sound it out, helping him with directions. And a 10-15 minute worksheet problem activity was taking us up to an hour because we would lose focus from number to number or word to word, or just get extremely frustrated because we could not do it. Now, working on first grade level work at this point, he does his homework by himself. He can read the directions to a point by himself and know what is expected of him, and he completes the homework on his own, then brings it to me, and that's when I step in and help. I'm no longer sitting side by side with him on the couch or at the table, trying to constantly get him
Poke him and prod
to participate with me. And he has taken ownership of that too, because we've begun to recognize the positive aspect of it. You did this by yourself, and I was over there fixing dinner or making lunches or whatever. I didn't even help, and look how well you did. So that ownership piece has been tremendous for him.
Well, what would you tell other parents who are just kind of sitting back? They've heard a little bit about what Brain Balance does for families and children, and they're kind of on the fence. What would you say to them?
I would say it is definitely worth the time and the effort that you need to put into this. Because we were hesitant at first, because we had been given so many Band-Aids before. So we were a little hesitant, but then at the same time knew that we had to help our child. We couldn't continue to do this daily struggle with him for the rest of his life. It is a lot of hard work, but it will pay off. There are huge differences that you see, and I would almost say huge differences that you see right away. within the first 2 to 3 weeks, you notice changes in your child. It does take a lot of time for the family, not just for the parents, but for the siblings as well. And a lot of compassion and understanding from those that are in your immediate family, but those that are outside your family. But when they start to see the changes as well, they are all on board. But it is definitely worth it, and something that if I had to go back and rewind and do it again, yes or no, would I do it again? Absolutely, in a heartbeat, without blinking an eye.
Well, and I think the other day you had mentioned to me that you ran into a family member that doesn't typically get to see Justin all that much.
Yes, an out-of-town family member that hasn't seen him. Maybe the month before we started the program was the last time that he saw Justin. And we went and ate dinner with them. And sitting at the table, he leaned over to me and he said, "I don't know what you've done, but that is not the child that I knew 3 months ago." Because Justin can now sit at the table with us without everybody having to watch their drink. So he saw a marked difference, and I didn't say anything because they're outside family members that we see once every 4 to 5 months. So I didn't say what we were doing or anything like that, and he came to me and said, "It's not the same child." So it was.
We got the same Justin, but the new and improved.
Right.
version.
No, I still have my Justin.
Yeah.
I still have, and that was another question that a lot of people have asked me. Will I still have my child when I get done? Absolutely. But you will have a different aspect of your child that you never even knew was possible. And as a mom, that's huge. That you knew it was in there, but he struggled so to get it out. And to be able to come out of his little, I would almost call it his little world, and be successful and be happy, that's the biggest part. My child is happy now and loves going to school, whereas in kindergarten, where you're doing all the crafts and you're doing all the games and you're taking naps and kindergarten's fun, and he hated going to school. Had a wonderful teacher, but hated going to school because of what was being asked of him. He just could not do. But now he's happy and he wants to go. He wants to show his teachers what he did on his homework last night or the book that he read last night. And that is just, it's still Justin, but it's just, it's the person that was in there that could not come out.
I'm so happy for
Oh,
you guys.
yeah.
Thank you so much for
Absolutely.
sharing that with us.
Absolutely.